Welcome to the first episode of our PR Pro Wealth series. Who doesn't love talking about money? I certainly like talking about money. A couple questions have come up in our community about building a business that you can sell, about creating an asset that provides generational wealth. And there are a couple things that you need to know about your business and about how you're running it if you are interested in selling your agency or you are working toward that goal. So this is the first in a 3-part series called PR Pro Wealth. And this one is about selling your agency. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it because I'm going to do a little pivot on you here because it's not exactly what you might think it is, what goes into selling your business. So can you sell your PR agency and why this matters for your future and for mine? So it's very challenging to sell a service-based business like ours, like an agency. And the reason why is that most businesses like ours depend heavily on you. And my business depends on me. Maybe it's your name in the business. My company's called Generation with a J. Obviously, I named it after myself. Some members of our community are naming their agencies their own names, and that's tied to them personally, their reputation, their relationships, their skills. It's not an asset-based business like tech or manufacturing or something where you're building a product like a widget or something that you're selling to people that is like a manufactured good or software as a service. This is literally you providing a service, even if you have a team. So it is challenging. It is not impossible, but it is a lot less sellable. I have had 2 offers in my now 20 years of running Generation to acquire my company. And both of those opportunities were really about bringing me on to a bigger firm and running a division. And so it was considered like, that's called like an acqui-hire. So somebody acquires your company in an effort to basically buy you out and bring you on to manage some division or some team of people at another company. And it's very flattering, especially I had 2 offers from much, much bigger agencies that wanted to bring in a higher level of clientele within the lifestyle space. And it was told to me also that I was an interesting candidate because of my entrepreneurial background. They wanted to basically bring on somebody who had run a business because we understand all aspects of running an agency. We're great at new business acquisition, and we understand how things kind of operate all together. And I said no to both opportunities because I didn't want to sell my business and then have to like report for duty, go into another company, have a boss, have some place I needed to be accountable for my time. That's not why I started my business. And the deal is, we never talked numbers. Let me just be clear there. But I've mentioned before on this podcast, my husband is a M&A advisor, and this is what he does all day long is he sells businesses. And what the sale price you get for your company, it's based on a multiple of your revenue. And there are some industries with very high multiples, less about manufacturing, but software as a service, let's say, where there's not a lot of overhead, but you've built an asset that you can sell over and over again. It's not tied to a specific person, and you're not holding a ton of expensive inventory. Those SaaS companies get high multiples. So they look at their revenue and they're getting 10, 12x. Maybe it's a medical research company and they have a really great niche and they're very profitable. That would get a really high multiple. Agencies like ours, if it is sellable at all, get a very low multiple. So maybe you would get 1 to 2x of your annual revenue. And that would be generous. And in order to get into that place in the first place, if you're like, I want out, and having a year free of my average retainer kind of annual income and getting out of my business and passing it on to the next person, that kind of sounds interesting to me. If you want to get into that place, you should consider automating your business as much as possible to take you out of the equation so that the business is not entirely dependent on you, your relationships, your leadership, your processes, and your systems. Record your processes so that somebody can come in there and repeat how you do things and what your kind of secret sauce is. That's the best way to position yourself and your agency for an acquisition. But the real discussion that we're going to have today is recognizing your real asset. The real asset isn't the agency itself. It's the income and the opportunities that you generate. So if you want to shift from relying on maybe an eventual sale or from relying on working forever in order to have income, you want to shift to maximizing value right now, create immediate value. And that is focusing on tangible value from your agency. This is how you can structure your services to optimize your current earning potential. That means existing clients, offering them additional services, being able to lock in longer retainer agreements, building out your systems and processes. Like I mentioned, document your processes, whatever your workflow is, so that your agency isn't totally dependent on you in order to keep those processes and the operations moving. Streamline your workflows so that your business is running more smoothly. Create that internal clarity that makes your business easier to manage and possibly able to delegate so that you can take a trip at a minimum. Like if you can go away for 2 weeks and your business doesn't totally fall apart, you're in good shape. Even better if you can go a month and everybody's running, things are getting handled, your systems that you created to streamline your business are being implemented and run by somebody else. That is a great way to be able to streamline, automate, and creating that internal clarity that will make your business easier to manage when you are no longer a part of it. Also, set goals based on your ideal future. This is where you back into what you want to accomplish. So visualize exactly where you want to end up. What's the end goal here? What are you trying to accomplish? My dream is I want to retire in Santa Barbara, beautiful beachside community. I went to college there. I love it so much. Every time I'm there, I'm like, you feel like you can exhale. You're breathing in that great ocean air. It just feels like heaven to me. I just love, love, love being in Santa Barbara. So having that ideal lifestyle as the end goal will allow you to really understand the financial implications of being able to afford that lifestyle when you no longer are working. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want to work. I really do love working. And I think I don't want to work forever. I want to have a purpose forever. And that purpose can change. And I do feel a very strong sense of purpose in running my agency, helping entrepreneurs I love and believe in get visibility, getting eyes on their businesses so that they can increase their revenue and reach more people. And I also feel a strong sense of purpose. I was talking to my son about this yesterday. You know, work isn't just about money. It's about having a feeling of fulfillment and passion and joy and purpose for the work you're doing. And when it comes to Generation Academy and this podcast and all of our courses and our coaching, we just had a coaching call that just wrapped up for the Pitch Lab, and it was so fantastic. We had people from all over the world, and I get to lead and facilitate an amazing discussion that helps people grow their agencies. That gives me a very strong sense of purpose. So while my profession may change over time, I'm not going anywhere yet, but I don't want to like having to work to live. You know, I want to be able to have my costs of my future goals, my dream lifestyle mapped out so that I can afford the home, the travel, the lifestyle that I want to have when I want to retire from my work or when I want to pursue another passion project. Maybe it's running a nonprofit or teaching some kind of class on something creative. I'm kind of thinking about like maybe like a succulent growing and arranging course. So dorky, but I am super into it right now. I've been spending a lot of time in the backyard. I'm creating these really beautiful succulent arrangements that I'm propagating succulents, which is really easy to do and just super, super cool to kind of see how they progress and how they root and create little buds where you remove leaves and all the nerdiness that comes along with it, but then creating these really beautiful special arrangements that are unique to me. Like I'm adding crystals and doing them with like a color gradient, and they look really cool. And I would love to teach people how to do this. I just sent a picture to my best friend and she's like, you should sell these. It's like, I don't want to sell them, but I love to teach. I would love to teach other people how to do this because it's super satisfying and fulfilling. One example, I also paint and I'm trying to learn the drums and all the things. I'm not going to join a band, but it's like, I would love to be able to not over time have to work in order to have the lifestyle that I want. And that takes planning your future backwards. So what do you need to achieve financially in order to support those hobbies, that travel, the lifestyle that you want to live? You need, I don't know if you remember, there was a commercial where there were a lot of individual people walking around with like a big number that they were carrying around with them. And it was like millions, hundreds of thousands, but it was like this big blocky number. And they were talking about like, do you know your number? What is your retirement number that you need to live comfortably and not have to work? And that takes a calculation of what kind of lifestyle you want to live, what level of comfort, what level of travel and hobbies, and where, like I live in California, it's really expensive. And if I move to Santa Barbara, it's even more expensive up there, really, really cost prohibitive. So I better start saving towards that goal, which we are. But you then get to see what your runway looks like. Like you might look at that and say, okay, I'm looking at my number. In order to retire, I'm going to need this much so that I can live off of it and not have to work, maintain the level of lifestyle that I'm used to. That means I have 10 more years to work. And especially right now, with the market being so volatile, with the tariffs and the market going up and down. And I think it's also impacting our businesses and our clients' certainty of what their futures look like. That level of market wealth that was wiped out, we're talking trillions of dollars in wealth wiped out, within a course of 4 days. A lot of people that might have been nearing retirement and maybe had a lot of their assets in the market might see that horizon looking farther out because their number decreased. Their assets that they have to live off of decreased. So this is where you're taking immediate action for long-term freedom. I don't want you to wait. I want you to start planning your financial freedom strategy right now. And this is understanding why you must have a personal financial plan that is separate from your agency's growth. That's having the retirement and maybe having different asset classes. It's called diversifying, having different income streams. And that's not just side hustles and your regular job. That's income from your investments. That's an income stream. That's interest coming in from your investments. So you want to know, when you clarify your financial vision, you want to know exactly what financial freedom means for you personally, because my number, my lifestyle, my level of comfort, my interests, wanting to travel. Maybe my husband wants to play tennis, so we have to be able to afford a club so that he can have a place to go. We like to travel. And if you want to travel at a certain class of travel or a certain frequency, you have to know what that financial freedom looks like for you personally. And then outline the steps you can start taking today towards achieving your personal financial goals. So just a quick recap. I don't want to say your agency is not sellable. It's likely not a sellable asset. And if it is not like you're going to sell it and have like a 7-figure exit. Maybe you will. Maybe you have $500,000 in revenue and someone's willing to give you 2x revenue. But in order to get there, you're going to have to automate. You're going to have to document your processes so it looks like your business can run smoothly, efficiently, with great results without you being there. It means you're having to lock in longer term contracts so that your retainer base looks really healthy. If you do want to sell your business, that means you are immediately creating value in your existing retainer base of clients, offering them additional services, creating systems and processes in your business to reduce reliance on you. And you're clearly mapping out your dream future so that you can start acting toward that future. That means that you understand simple calculations online, how much money you need to save for retirement to live off of the interest that that retirement savings affords to you. That means maximizing your 401k contribution. It means investing in yourself for the long term so that you have resources to fund your retirement and to fund the lifestyle that you want to live. And you have to think about that now and have your dream future and start acting toward it, because more and more now, people are not thinking about the future. They're living very much in the present. And this doesn't just happen for you. You have to plan for it. When they say pay yourself first, it's usually paying your retirement. We're going to talk in the next episode about what your actual profit looks like. It is about taking part of that profit and putting it towards your future security through some kind of an asset class, like a 401k or retirement fund, or investments, could be real estate, anything that creates an income stream for you. This series is going to be super juicy because I am here to help you figure out how to live the kind of life you want to live, not just now while you're working and running your agency, but into the future. So you can enjoy your retirement. You can travel and see the world. I don't want you to wait to travel to see the world. Like, go out, do it now while you're able-bodied. I don't want, it's sad to me to think people wait until retirement and then they're like, okay, I want to go see the world. And then they can't climb the steps at Machu Picchu, which I've been there, and you need to be able-bodied to conquer Huayna Picchu, which is the towering mountain behind Machu Picchu that you can climb to the top, look down on it. It is a life-changing experience. But if you're waiting until you're 65, it's a little harder to do than if you're an able-bodied youngster like we are. Like how I lumped myself into that group. I'll take it as long as I can. Just being, able to work and able-bodied. I'm very grateful for that. It's a very lucky position to be in. Don't wait on these things, but also do think about your future and know that you are having to plan for it now. You're having to make moves now so that you guarantee that when it is time to stop working, or you decide, I want to pursue something else. Maybe it doesn't have a great income tied to it, but it's a passion, it's a purpose project for you, that you're able to do that. And your moves you made today funded your ability to do that in the future. So this is a great series. It's a 3-parter, and you're going to love next week's episode also, and the one after that. I'm recording them all today, so I'm excited to share more about this topic. And if today's conversation resonated with you, you're going to love our PR Pro Insider newsletter. We send something each week, and you get practical strategies, actionable insights. You get the insider secrets specifically for you as a PR agency owner, as a PR pro, and any freelancer that's here. Like, we have tips that are going to help you, and it gets delivered straight to your inbox. It is totally free, super easy, and valuable. Like, I'm not going to waste your time. You can click the link in the show notes or just head directly to generationacademy.com/insider to become a Pitching Powerhouse Insider, and subscribers will get exclusive first access to the tips and opportunities that come our way, including training and free resources. We're always trying to create value for no money because we want to just help you out. So make sure you are on the list and go out there and crush it this week. I will be here crushing it too. I love talking about this stuff. So if you have any questions about this, if you're like, what do you even mean? What are you talking about? Pay yourself first. Hit me up on Instagram at Generation PR and let's talk about it. Let me know what you're thinking about, what your ideal future looks like, and how you're going to fund it. It's important. You got to know. All right, guys, I will see you here for part 2 of our wealth series, and you better be here too.